Are you at your race and the swim's been canceled? I had a string of races in 2023 and 24 where it seemed like every race that I went to, the swim was either shortened or canceled. It was a running joke whether or not I was the bad luck or Cody Beals, where like if we were there, the swim wasn't happening. So at any rate, I know exactly what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and exactly what you should do when this happens. So let's make the most of your race opportunity in the event of a swim cancellation. So we're going to rally and think about what you need to do and what you need to know about the new race dynamics if the swim is canceled. So the first thing is minding your mindset. The biggest difference you can make to your race in the event of a swim cancellation is how you react to the news. If a swim cancellation or modification happens, it's totally out of your control. And so in the time leading up to finding this out and starting the race, your main goal is focusing solely on actionable items within your control that maximize your opportunity to race well. So after the initial shock, you want to discipline yourself in thinking constructive thoughts about the race. If any other thoughts come into your mind, you want to change the channel to an aspect of the race that builds your confidence, like maybe your strength on the bike or like the great advantage on the run or anything that you can think of that makes the most of this situation. One issue I've dealt with as a coach is some athletes discounting the accomplishment if they don't do the full swim. So every race has unpredictability and every athlete is racing the race according to whatever the conditions are on the day. Shortened swims, shortened bikes, extra long runs, all these things happen in triathlons, and the race is the race no matter what happens with the distance. And another thing is the distance is rarely exact anyways. So an Ironman is an Ironman on that day. So you focus all of your energy and emotion on getting the most out of yourself. And when you finish that race, swim or no swim, you're an Ironman. So what are the situations and different formats that can happen if the swim is canceled? If it's shortened, obviously it's still going to happen. But if they cancel the whole thing, there's two different formats that can happen. So in most Ironman events, a canceled swim results in a time trial start. So in this format, athletes are sent off at intervals according to their bib or their category. For the pro race, what happened was we put our bibs into a hat and we pulled numbers out to determine a fair and random way to start the race. For the age group race, it's likely based on your bib number. So there'll be a set start time for the new race format. Athletes are going to line up and they're going to be sent off at intervals anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds. The pros were 30 seconds at Ironman Canada and the age groupers were much closer together. It may even be groups of 4 or 5 that are sent off at intervals in between those groups. So the race director will tell you exactly what they're going to do, but that's what you can expect. You're going to be on your bike. You're going to leave at the bike out from that's already been set up, and off you go on your bike, and then you're just going to carry on the same way into the run. For a lot of Xterra races, what they would do when the swim was canceled is they would add another run, and so we would have a duathlon format. So when triathlons are turned into these duathlons, sometimes in the longer races, they'll take a portion of the run and they'll put it at the beginnings. In Xterra races, that's not what they do. They'll do basically like a 2 mile or a set distance initial run, and then you'll get on your bike and then you'll do the run. You're going to want to adapt your pacing strategy. So particularly in the duathlon format, it's crucial not to go too fast on that first run. Athletes racing duathlon specifically really train to really optimize what their run, bike, run speed is. But if you've just learned of this format last night, it makes sense that you wouldn't have this optimized. So you should know that it's really easy to get excited and run entirely at VO2 max for this initial run and both overheat and overcook yourself and find out that you have no legs for the rest of the race. So your pacing for that first run should reflect what you want for that overall time trial of the entire race. But even a short period of intensity beyond your capacity is detrimental to your finishing speed. So even without the swim, in a half Ironman or an Ironman race, you want to make sure that you just stay within what your planned pacing is, especially at venues where like your core temperature can spike. If you go really too hard on the bike without the swim, you can find that you've gotten too hot too fast and it can unravel your whole race. like for some weaker swimmers, it may feel like you can actually go faster on the bike, but it's just, like you still have the same capacity for the rest of the race. So don't change what your planned race strategy is for the bike and the run without the swim. Stick to what you had intended to do the whole time. The other thing you want to do is prepare for maybe more unexpected things. So sometimes when a swim cancellation happens, like the dynamics at the race venue, logistics or the weather, all of that can be a little bit unpredictable. So it's a good idea to bring extra snacks, give yourself extra time, maybe bring some extra clothes, and then just have things to be super flexible. The more organized, relaxed, and prepared you are on race day, the better you're going to be able to focus on how to handle some of the unpredictability and unknowns that you might encounter racing this format. So make sure you're early, relaxed, and prepared. And there are ways to like maximize like the time trial format for an Ironman to with some preparation. So planning a race outfit to maximize what your aerodynamics are going to be like, to speed up your transitions and to handle the weather. All of that can actually like improve your performance without improving your fitness. So there's ways to like use this as an opportunity to actually be faster. But at the end of the day, even with a canceled swim, this triathlon is an opportunity to test your limits, have a ton of fun, and challenge yourself to doing something in unexpected circumstances. So stay calm, organized, be positive, and just react to what you need to on race day to make the most of this new format of triathlon. Have a great race.